Hey team, I wanted to show you the quick way to import your OBS in 100 sections or 100 line items so that you can send them to BMW. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to have drive up. I'm in San Rafael's right now. You're going to hit the little magnifying glass. You're going to go to part number search. In the part number search, you're going to put obviously 12 months to 99 months. You shouldn't have anything older than that. And from on hand, from 1 to let's say 99,999 because you won't have any more of that stuff in there. So you hit search. When you search, it's going in and it's looking up the data. We basically want to take this data and export it into Excel. So under the export function, you see the little arrow. You hit the arrow with the drop down. It'll get to export to CSV. When you export it to CSV, obviously put it in a place where you can find it, like your desktop. MSR is what I'm going to call it. I'll hit save and then it'll come up here. I'll expand that here. I'll click this corner up here to select all the cells, double click it, and that makes it evenly spaced. So the things that we really don't want here is I don't want to have anything under $3. So what I'm going to do is do my cost. I'll hit my data tab up here and hit the little funnel, which is the filter. Once I click that little filter, what it does is it creates these little arrows, and in these arrows you can go ahead and funnel. You'll go down to number filter. You want to take less than or equal to. We want to find everything that's under $3, so basically it's less than or equal to $2.99. Hit OK. It basically tells you everything. You can see the cost here is all under. We're going to take all this stuff and delete it all, so we don't want this stuff because we can't send it back. So we'll click it and we'll hit delete row. Once we hit delete row, we've cleared all those out. Let's go back to our little funnel here. That's how you know you have a filter, and let's clear the filters. And this is pretty much everything that we want. We'll go ahead and take off this funnel because we won't need that anymore. And we will, all we really need is the on hand and the part number. So let's go ahead and hit the B column. I'll hit the B up here, and then I'll hit shift and I'll hit the M column. I'll hit the M up here. Don't hit this and then try to hit shift because that's what that does. Hit the B column all the way to the M column, and then it collects everything. Let's right click and we'll delete it. Then let's click the C and then the F, and then we'll delete. We also won't need row number 1, so we'll hit number 1 and hit delete, and this is our pure data that we got to work with. So from here, what we want to do is we want to convert this to a format that'll be acceptable to CDK. So what we do is I select 100 numbers. That's just easy for me to do. So I'll know, I'll click 100, I'll hit copy, and then when I hit copy, of course my phone rings, sorry. I hit copy, and then I'm going to open up a Word document. When I hit my Word document, I'll go ahead and hit a new document. I'll right click and I'll paste the values. This is only available for 2010 Word and up. So if you try to do it and you have an older one, you won't have that little function right here that says keep text only. So once I do that, I'm going to hit Control A on the keyboard. It'll gray everything out, and I'm going to replace it. I'm going to hit the shift and the number 6, and that creates a little caret. And then I hit a lowercase t, and that is code for tab. And we want to take all the functions. You can see here it's the part number, tab, the quantity. And so what we want to do is we want to replace the tab with space. So we just hit the space bar on the keyboard. And it says replace all. It's saying that you want to replace it. Yes. Do you want to search the rest of the documents? It's all done. Close, and you can see now that the gap is a lot smaller. Now that the gap is a lot smaller, we can go ahead and we basically converted the tab into a space, and that's how CDK takes it. So we're going to copy this. Very important that you copy here. If not, you're going to copy the one with the tabs. So we will go ahead and then go to CDK. We'll go into the MSR. No, we don't want to hit the new report. We'll hit modify to make a new one. I'm going to call this one test, and then go ahead and hit quick. Once you're here, all you're going to do is you're going to right click and paste, and just like that, you just submitted 100 numbers. This one went actually pretty good because everything was in line here. So right here, we would go ahead and F3 save it. update with the files and adjustments, and that one went pretty smooth. I want you to see what happens when it doesn't go smooth. So I'm going to get, obviously since you're doing them by 100, you can go ahead and either delete this, delete, and then work on your next 100 if you want to keep yourself organized like that. But I'm going to bill, let's start with this one, the 762. I'm going to bill one out just to show you what can happen and what can go wrong and what you need to do. So let's go ahead here, and I'm going to hit an invoice, just a test invoice for myself. Not going to close it, but it's 51,23,7, 183,762. The reason I want to do is because I want to take it out of inventory. I want you to see what goes wrong. Of course that happened. And let's take that number again, 5123. 7183762. Oh, it's already actually. Get the right number. 183762. Yeah, so it looks like it's already out of inventory. So now, if I go ahead and try to do the same process, I know that this is now 0. So I did that on purpose, but you're going to run into this issue, and that's why I wanted to cover it. And kind of what your steps are going to be to do that. So you're going to hit your 100 numbers just like you did your other one. You're going to hit copy just like you did that. And then you're going to go to Word, do the same thing, click your document, paste your values, Control A to select it all, replace, Shift 6 for your little caret, lowercase t, space bar, replace all, yes, you're done. I am going to close. Now here's the great thing you might want to do to keep it. I'm just going to snap everything side by side so you can see it. Is you want to have this on your folder. It always makes it nice. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and MSR, again, we'll call this one test 2 since test 1's already done. Test 2, test 2, and then we'll go to quick. Now look what happens. Paste. You see that? It stopped. So basically it says that it's a quantity of 0 because obviously I built one out, so it can't go on. So if you have 3 and you zero this out, it basically stops. So what I like to do here is I go ahead and I will delete these, right? And then I start again from here, and I'll hit the word again, hit Control A to copy, and I will copy those again and start right where I left off, and I paste it. And then that's how you basically get over when you have these little hiccups here and there. The other hiccup you can have is if you have multiple MSRs and you already have these numbers on MSRs. So first things first, make sure you clear out all your MSRs so that it doesn't think you're already having those cause some errors. This is like the 10th time I've made this video, so I've pretty much fixed all the errors before I got there, but those are kind of the things that I've been running into. So you obviously save it, you update them, you exit, and you're pretty much done, and you can finalize them. But if we go into here to our reports now, if I want to see them, you see test 1 and test 2, they all have 100 numbers, and that should make it easier to submit your obsolescence. All right, guys, thanks so much.